These types of sensors are not frequently equipped by display. It means that they hardly ever have display to show. So if you want to know the temperature locally, you must consider a local indicator or a receiver beside them. So just see these head-mounted too. For example, I suppose if I just tell you something in this part, it's better because actually, the wires are totally, clear as compared with the previous one. So you can just see the positive and negative poles too. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terminals, and you can see that if you have, for example, a 3-wire sensor, you must use terminals 1, 2, 3. The time that you have 4-wire sensors, RTD PT100, you must use all of them. And the time that you have thermocouple, we use 2 and 3. The negative pole is connected on the second terminal or terminal number 2. Can you see this part that I myself, circle it with the yellow one? This one is related for the signal rate for case of failure that I mentioned at the time that I told you something related for the thermocouple. I told you the time that wire break happens or the sensor is damaged or the connection is lost. You can just dedicate a type of signal rate to transfer or to be transferred to the control room, whether you can just use the 0 one or even you can use the span one. So by means of this micro switch, you will be able to understand what you should do. So if you just put it into L, it means that you use or you chose the lower range, for example, the span one. So for case of, connection lost, 0, the lower range would be transferred to the control room, or even the time that you just put it into high, it means that for case of failure, higher signal is going to be transferred to the control room. Some of the actually head-mounted transmitters are equipped by this option as well. So if we have another head-mounted transmitter in this part, you can just see this one. For making sure that this device has the transmitter or not, you should just loose the cap. This is the cap that I've just mentioned, and you can just see this chain fixed on the body of it too. The time that you just open the cap, it protects to fall down or something just like it. It's the only advantage of this change, nothing else. So you can see the electrical gland too. The related cable is just coming out from this part or from this gland and finally transferred to the control room. So you can just see the stem of this device too. These items can be used not only for RTD PT100, but also can be used for thermocouple as well. But the thing that you can see here is related for PT100 3-wire. So this stem, and actually this one is the connection, 1/2 inches of MPT, and that's it. So we can just take a short glimpse, and the inside of it, you can see that I myself, open the cap of it to show you the terminal inside. And in this case, you can see the terminals too. It has 3-wire. Can you remember that I just told you the color of them are always, white and red? Now you can see this one. These 2 wires, which are white, are coming from one leg of RTD, and this one is from another leg of RTD, and all of them has been connected on these terminals. Here you can see the positive and negative terminals on the electronic circuit too. And finally, I just put the thermometer into the well as well. You can just see the leg extension too.